Hey everyone, welcome to the second episode of Lemmings plus 3D. Had a bit of a unfortunate issue. This is actually the second attempt at recording this. So, like an idiot, during the last recording session, I accidentally pressed my stop recording hotkey halfway through. So, as you can see, progressed a bit further, but I don't really have any footage for it. So I thought what I'd do is I'd go back, I'd show the levels. However, the experience of seeing how I feel about them for the first time, unfortunately, has been lost. But never mind. First of all, just going to go back to this level here that we left on last time, and I will show you the answer now. Namida has made solution videos, so I just looked at the solution for this level. I really didn't want to actually solve it myself, so I'm not going to. I don't really enjoy this level, I don't think. Well, you probably all know my opinion on it now after last time, so let's just get it out of the way. Apparently, as well, the music isn't right. Namida has posted a better version. I need to just, when I have some time, go in and see if I can fix the music up. There are some problems with the music in the default game. I think it doesn't use all the tracks or something, so part of this fixed those issues. Part of his working on the editor. He also released some tools as well to patch certain things, like some graphics bugs, and fixing the music was meant to be one of those things patched, but I haven't really done it right, so perhaps for the next episode we'll have some better music. Anyway, the exit is hiding in here, so it's at the end of this pyramid in here. I'd have found it eventually, but I am not particularly fussed in trying to do this, work it out myself. So there we go. So I think the less we say about this level, the better, I think. Let's move on. Will this take me to the next one? It will. Excellent. So this was a nice, fairly simple one. You can probably sort of tell what's going to be happening straight from the preview. But we got a couple of builders and some turners, and there is death floor along this parallel passageway. So all we got to do is jump between paths. There is a little shortcut, doesn't really matter. I'll show you what the solution that I came up with that uses the shortcut. I think it's technically more efficient in terms of Lemmings to use the shortcut, but I'm not really sure. I guess you use slightly less turners. Getting a lot better at the controls too. So there are actually some keyboard controls. You can use the numpad to move the camera, but I found it a bit more difficult, and also it caused me to accidentally hit my hotkey, so I'm not going to be using that this time. And as you can see here, if you turn, you would then build over here, come along, and then build over this gap. But what we can actually do is we can just build twice here. There we go, just caught him. They won't die from this height, fortunately. It is pretty tall, though, but they do make it just fine. I wonder if this release rate is timed so that these will always stack up. It seems like it's timed so that the next lemming comes along exactly. And there we go. That's that level. Let's watch our path through. That's always fun. Yeah, so this level's pretty good. I do like it. A simple concept, but it works well. And it's the sort of thing you can only really do in 3D. So, yes, another thing. There is Alt and Q is a keyboard shortcut to trigger the nuke. Because it's sometimes very difficult. I think on those very non-complicated levels, in particular, the game runs too fast. So another indoor Egypt level. Fortunately, the ceiling is quite high, so we can actually see what we're doing, unlike that other one. So this is more of just a simple, straightforward level. There's no real gimmicks or anything. It's just get the lemmings through. So there's a mud pit we'll need to build over here. And then we have 4 passageways that we can go down. 3 of them automatically turn the lemming on a deflector block here. Struggling with these controls. The other one does not. And that all leads to this exit chamber here. However, each of these passageways has something at the end of it. So this one here has a mud pit. This one here, if you can see it, has a trap, like a bear trap. This one has a block. The 4th one doesn't have anything, but there's no deflector block in there. So then at the end, I just bashed through this obstacle into the exit. So let's try this out. So we got a turn here. There's nothing otherwise. I need to make sure to not accidentally click on the turner like I did before. And it will just shout at you if you try to make the turner do anything. This does require 2 builders. Caught me out the first time. That should be far enough. I think that's right. Are we lined up? Yes, we are. Very good. At this point, we should be able to release the release rate just fine. Raise, sorry. This is one of my favourite music tracks in the game as well. Not sure if it's meant to be this track. And then I use 2 bashes. In this game, if you sign bashes too early, you do lose them. I guess that's kind of like the original game in that respect. And there we go. It doesn't matter if a lemming hits this because they will bounce on this obstacle here. So that's it for this level. This is quite a nice level as well. I say no particular gimmicks or anything special in that regard, but it's just a nice set of obstacles to work your way through. And here comes device upgrade. The exit is in fact that black square. Oh, you can't see my mouse cursor. There's a big black square on the top. That is actually the exit. So this is just a simple builder zigzag up into the exit. Now, this may look... I think I've noticed this time in the original, this was a really wide monitor. This is similar to an existing level in the original Lemmings. In this one, it's flat screen. I think that might be why this is called device upgrade, in which case that's quite clever. Another thing, in the original game, when you looked at the monitor, it would show you... it was just a repeat of what you see on the screen. And Namida has changed that in this. Unfortunately, you don't get to see my original reaction, but I thought this was quite funny. Yes, it is Rick Astley. So I thought that was a funny touch. Anyways, unfortunately, like I say, the original reaction is lost, sadly. So sorry about that. So we're just going to build up. So builders are slightly weird on, or blockers on builder staircases in this game are slightly weird. So it looks like the builder steps take up half of a grid square, but the blockers will always try to walk to the end of the grid square that they're on. So what that means is you can get this situation where the... So you see the actual end of the grid is... this camera. Sorry, I'm really trying to show you here. So this is only half a grid square in length, and I think this is the end of the first grid square. Yeah, I think that's right. So if you build off of this one, which you can, when you get to the end, you actually cannot block properly. So I will show that off. And you do actually lose the blocker as well. So the lemming tries to walk to the end of his bridge and then fails, as you can see. And you do lose the blocker, whereas you'll see he does actually instead go to this one. In addition to that, unlike the original Lemmings, in this game you cannot... what am I trying to say? Well, I screwed this up, didn't I, completely? What was I meant to do instead? Build off this step. I've forgotten what I was going to say now. Well, let's try this again. Did I block? Yes, I did. So you can actually highlight a lemming when you're paused. That's good to know. So this time I started building from an actual end of a grid square, which means that this guy should block correctly. Yes, he does. What I was going to say, I remember now, in this game, you don't turn around if you build into a blocker. He actually just stops building and you waste the rest of the builder. So that's important to know. Yeah, so you got to really watch out with building and blocking in this game. Unfortunately, it is just a bit awkward. Turning on bridges, on the other hand, is even... Wow, that destroyed a lot of that bridge. Turning on a builder is even worse because they actually won't do it. They will just fall through the builder, which really puts a dampener on what you can do in the level design on this game, sadly. This is a very good level, actually. I really enjoyed this one when I played it. It's a fairly simple structure, but the exit is right down here, right at the very bottom on a little thin platform. So you have to try and come through the ceiling or right near this wall. And you don't normally get digging challenges like that in the original version of this game. They never did anything all that complicated, if I remember correctly. Also, there is a deadly platform right here. He's fine to just mine, but I do block. Whoops. I'm always confusing the blocker and the turner in this game. So I just block him there to save another lemming. I think he only saves one or two. So the exit is on this side. So what I have what I do is I block these guys and I bash through and then I start mining down. Yeah, see, there's the exit down there. So on these slopes, you can, if you bash slightly early, he will not make it to the top of the slope before he starts bashing, and then you just spend a lot more time bashing, but maybe that's good in some cases. So this is going to be a bit tricky. Hard to judge when this is in the right place. So if we go too far here, it is bad news. So we have to try and judge how far through we've gone on this and then start digging. And I think this is the right place. It's always very tense here, I think. No, I guess we're free to keep going. It is actually quite deep, and I think after this, we actually now... Oh, do we want to mine? You know, I'm not sure. But we are going through... Yes, this is good. So actually, I do want to start mining at this point. And that'll put them through here. And then I've just got to try and block a bunch of them from falling off the edge. And I will lose some, but that's okay. There, I lost like 2, I think. So this is how I did it originally. I'm sure there are loads of small variations on this solution. Is everyone out already? It looks like I missed the... Yeah, everyone had already come out by the time. Okay, fair enough. You want to watch out when you're digging down here. You can see I've partially dug out this block. If you dig out too far, some of them will fall onto this side. And that's not great, because there's no exit on that side. So yeah, I think this level has a really interesting layout. I really like it. I think this is actually one of the better levels. Interesting challenge that you don't see something... It's not that similar to something I would have seen in the main game. Resist the temptation. So a bunch of chocolate blocks in the air and a really high up exit. So this one's interesting because... when I first looked through this, it was quite hard to see if there was a pattern that goes through the chocolate bars, because you're actually, as you can see, you are off the axis at the start. So you'd have to turn once, twice, come up 3, 4, 5. You would actually, at that point, you wouldn't be in line with the exit, and you've only got 5 of everything. So... what I did, actually, slightly different from the intended solution. I did double check the solution on this one because I was slightly confused the first time I did it. So it turns out the intended solution, you just build into the air and then just turn around and go straight to the exit, and you ignore all of the platforms entirely. But what I did was I turned immediately, and then I built off of this one to take me to the next platform. I may have built slightly too early here. Can't remember. And then I blocked and turned around. And I built up from here, and then I turned into the exit. But this is strictly unnecessary and uses up more resources than you really needed. Oh, that's bad. I just lost a builder. I think I might be doomed now. I think I might not have enough. and it was too far. It wasn't far forward enough anyway. Okay, well that did work before because I built from this block. But what I'll do instead, it does work if you do that, but I will show you what is meant to be intended, which is basically just building off of this one and turning round. So as I showed at the beginning, this doesn't actually align with any chocolate blocks, so we don't have to worry. Unfortunately, you can't turn onto that block because you can't turn on builders. Did I make it? No, I think I have to build again. Yes, I do. And there we go. So that's it. You don't need any turners at all, actually, but you can do it with 2 turners and go along the side. It's exactly the same, but you just waste a bit of time with turners. But fundamentally the same problem, or the same kind of solution. Just ignore what the level actually shows you and just build straight to the exit. This is the last level that I have previously seen before. Interesting here. So inside the game files there were actually Pac-Man graphics, presumably for some early testing in the game, or maybe for a gimmick that they decided not to go with in the end. So Namida has recreated the original Pac-Man layout and just made a little map out of it. Not too hard, but it was actually quite interesting, slightly challenging. There are lots of possible routes. Also, these blue walls are metal and indestructible, and you die to the ghosts as well, as you probably guessed. Similarly, there's also a teleporter where you warp out of the map in Pac-Man and come in on the other side, which is kind of cool, but we don't really use it. These 2 ones at the start are actually the same place. Anyway, what I did, well, yeah, they're on the same path. So any solution that works for one will actually work for both. Now, we can only use 10 lemmings in total. So I did this. I built over this ghost. 1 lemming did die. But didn't this time, which was nice. And when I was in line with the exit here, I turned again. And then just built to the exit passageway. I guess one of them will turn around possibly here. No, it looks like they're all going to make it. So that is that group. So what I then did was I made sure everyone had come out of the hatch. And that is because I was then, it's a straight line to send this lot over to this turner here. I really wish you could see what I'm talking about. But what I had to do, because turners are one way, I put a blocker under this bridge, and that's why I just let everyone out first. So here I will send... what an absolute pain this camera is all the time. It never gets better. I thought it would get better. I'm slightly better at it, but really it doesn't really get better, let's be honest. It's just bad. That was not the lemming that I wanted to. It was this one. So if I just block with you, now that I've moved past the turner, that will save all of that hatch. And then the final hatch is quite easy. I am not sure what direction I'm travelling in. I think this is the right way. I hope it is, or I've just doomed myself. No, that's good. And this is everyone else, so they all just follow the same path as the other hatch. As we can see, they come along, they turn around, go to this turner, and then I need to actually save everyone. Let's not forget. So you don't get many turners in this map. Despite being a maze, Namida did not force you to actually go through the Pac-Man maze, which I guess I might prefer. Otherwise, it would just be a turn of walking through passageways and turning and not that interesting. So yeah, this was a good approach to this kind of level, I think. Another one that I really enjoyed. I spent a little while originally actually looking through and trying to figure out a way once I realised I couldn't actually smash any walls down. That's what I came up with. So from now on, I've never seen this level before, so we now get to the content first time. Looks outdoors, but there's no actual spinning map at the start. That's interesting. 30 lemmings to be saved. Okay. Looks like we have multiple trapdoors. And it's a fully open map. Oh, my camera can actually not go any further. That's interesting. And it looks like all the starting cameras are outside here too, I think. They are. There is no other entrance. Do I have to bash these doors down? Is that what I'm seeing? Also, did these trapdoors release at exactly the same time? I guess they did. That's not typical in normal Lemmings, actually. Yeah, I can't see inside this, and I see that the mini-map has disappeared as well, so I have no idea what's happening. There is no turner, hang on. There are no turners, what the... Wait, what am I supposed to do? How do I even get these guys off of this axis? What is going on? I am slightly confused. How do I actually do this? Are they in line with this deflector block? No, they are not. Huh. Oh no, wait. Yes, they are. Here's a deflector. Here's a deflector, but they lead outside to nowhere. These must be exits, but how do you... Oh, I guess they would bounce off of this, and then you would build up all the way into this door. Is that right? How do I get these guys down then? I guess I actually need to start mining straight away, get them down safely, have them bounce off one of these two walls. Yeah, I guess that's what we're doing. That's really interesting if that's the case. This is not what I expected at all. Interesting. We have a turning is the problem level, really. Are you going to make it past? You are. So we're going to have two floaters. I hope you can all actually see what's going on, because I barely can. Who died, and for what reason? It was you. That is not a far enough mine. Also, I almost took out the floor to the exit. So, okay. That's not a good enough start. What that tells me is that I actually need to dig with these guys. And then they will mine afterwards. I'm actually losing visibility of them is a problem. I'm not sure when I want to start the mine. I'm not sure. I don't know what to do in this case. I'll have to see if find a way. Can I sign through walls? I think so. There we go. Digger, it says. So I guess that will be fine. This is the first time I've used the brolly in this pack, the umbrella. I don't think I have enough builders to do both sides. I think that requires like at least 3 builders. So what do I do in this case? I sort of need to get through this obstacle. Oh, well, I can just put a blocker on one side, right? Like, I can dig all the way down, bash through on one side, bash through this whole wall. It should be fine. I might as well bash through this on both ends. Or maybe not. I won't. I'll let him carry on. Oh, I can see. I am actually okay. I thought I wouldn't be able to see these guys, but I totally can. That was no different. How high is this comparatively? I think this is good enough. Just going to have to hope that it is. And I don't think you're going to step on that step, are you? Not really. Maybe you can assign it very briefly there, but let's just see if this works. Well, what's going on with this camera? I need you to actually fall through this. Yes, there we go. So now, not really sure how I'm going to deal with these guys. I think I've let them go too far, and that's going to be a problem. So this half can be saved by just letting them walk through here. That should work. The next half, however, I need to try and maintain the integrity of this. And I'm not sure that I'm in a position to do that anymore. So I think I've screwed this up. Yeah, what am I going to do here? I guess I can try. I don't think that's good enough, though. That's not good enough. So they won't turn anymore. I guess I should have bashed through and then built up into the block. So I think I've screwed that up. Let's see. Yeah, I have. Okay. Well, I'll try that alternate approach instead. Let's just let this play through. There you go. What I'm going to do is, as they come along, I'm going to make the last guy build so that he builds into the deflector block, and we'll see if it works. So let's say you, for example, build there. Oh, I think this should work. Yeah, I think we're good. What an interesting level this was. Yeah, this was actually, at first, this seemed really difficult. But very good use of the having to use deflector blocks and finding where they were to use them to turn around. This was a superb level. I'm very impressed with this one. So well done, Namida, on that one. Very good. Let's try one more, shall we? I think we got time. So again, 2 trapdoors, 1 exit. It looks like an obstacle course of various types. I can see places I'll need to build. Let's give this a try. How are they coming out? So another one where 2 come out simultaneously. Facing different directions, interestingly. Oh, I see. They're going to be stuck in a little loop. Come along, probably bash through there. Probably bash through here as well. And then turn, build, come up the slope, turn and build. So I need at least 1 turner, 2 turners, 3 turners. So I need to escape from this with only 2 turners, and I think I've got an idea. I'm going to bash through this deflector block. Maybe I would rather have built, I'm not sure. And then I want to turn you. If you will. Okay, excellent. Oh, there's a lot of lemmings here. There's no gap there, is there? No, there isn't. How many are turning around? Okay, so there's multiple turning. So I'm going to want to... Do I really want to use a blocker? Probably not. It's only 2. I'm not sure if I have space. And it looks like we're done. I don't think there's a way through here without using 2 more bashers. Doesn't look like it. I'm sorry, this camera is just quite something. I think that was... Yeah, 2 turned around and they're going to drown, but I think that's okay. And he's going to drown as well, so I've lost. Bit sloppy, perhaps. Hopefully this isn't metal. It's not. Good. But I will turn around the lemmings that are getting delayed by these bashes. There was 3 of them there. I think that is too many. I want to save 2 of them. At some point he's going to come round. There he is. But first of all, I need to possibly sort these guys. Not sure which one of these I have to do first. Probably both at the same time. No, I think it was that one. I'm going to hang the crowd up a bit because I'm just going to have loads of people die in this gap if I don't. Oh, we just made that. And I have to release the crowd because there's actually another build that I need to do. Come on, camera. No, it's at the bottom of the screen. That's how I move it, yes. Bit worried I'm going to lose a bunch of them here. Is there ground? Oh, I can probably climb them back up, actually, if any fall between the gaps. So that's all right. Nope, you are first. Okay. In 30, out 36. I wonder if I've lost too many already. I might not actually have enough lemmings. I might have been too sloppy here. Let's catch them with floaters if any fall through. No need. That was actually not far enough back. This should be fine though. Yes, there we go. Time to see. Oh, all the ones that turned around died. That's no good. I don't think I have enough yet, not even close. Missing 3. Okay. So, was a bit sloppy in places. I can do better in a number of ways. One of them is to put a blocker over here, so I'm actually going to do that this time. There you go, I got the right guy. Just need to make sure it's not after this lot. Yes, there we go. Oh dear, I think I've let these guys go on too far. Yes, there you go, just made it. One of them I lose, never mind. And I need to make sure to catch this one, who I have to do first. And then I'm going to block you for now. Whoops. So this one already feeling some... Oh, where is the turn? There it is. Feeling a bit more difficult than the ones that have come before, which is good. The difficulty is ramping up, but very slowly. And it's still fairly gentle. So now I kill the blocker. There we go. And I think we're fine. Yeah, this is good. So this time I want to build slightly further back than last time. I hope people can see properly on this video what's actually going on. It is, you want to try and assign things from far back, but the resolution of this game is not very big. So it can be hard to see. I do not want to build right at the edge. I want to build in the middle. But that means I'm probably going to have to catch one of these lemmings. Yes. And I wonder if you will climb up successfully. Let's find out. Or will you hit your head? No, you were fine. I think I caught the last lemming here. Yes, very good. There we go. I had 2 spare lemmings as well. Another very good level there. Another one is slightly challenging. And I think that's enough for now. So I whizzed through the ones that I had seen, and next time we'll move on to level 17. So went through quite a lot here, but they weren't first impressions, so I guess it's no surprise that I ran through them quickly. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. And goodbye.